Today our artist is a certain Mr. Styles P. The New York-based rapper first rose to prominence in the late 90s, alongside his childhood friends and groupmates in the rap trio The Lox. The group had a fairly successful 6-year stint before deciding to split up and follow their own endeavors. Styles went on to launch a moderately successful 2-decade career, but upon realizing his star status was waning and the rap game was evolving, he began branching out into different business ventures. These ventures include health stores, a book, reality TV, and an endorsement of one Donald Trump. Eventually, the rapper decided to step out of the spotlight and announce his departure from the rap game. So with that being said, what happened to Styles P? What up guys, Ali here and welcome to Ali Talks Music. Add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now let's get into the video. Styles P was born around 1974 in Queens, while his dad was Jamaican and his mother was South African. Unfortunately, at a young age, his parents divorced and P accompanied his mother to Yonkers when he was 7 years old, where she eventually had his younger brother Gary and a sister. Growing up in Yonkers, David made fast friends with two boys, who would eventually grow up to be Jadakiss and Sheek Louch, and they formed a rap group in high school with a few other friends, which they called the Bomb Squad.
Then we really got serious in high school. Made our demo tapes, hooked up with Styles P. You know what I mean? And from there, that's how we formed the Warlocks, the Bomb Squad, then the Warlocks, then the Lox, you know what I mean? We was just blessed with the gift, like, you know what I'm saying, rapping, start up, you know, like all the other cats that was out there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh shit, Bomb Squad, that's old school, that's high school, that's banging on the table.
Oh, nigga said the Bomb Squad, P. Bomb Squad's that's me, Kiss, Styles.
That's me stealing tapes from my job for us to make tapes.
Eventually, the Bomb Squad was whittled down to just Styles P, Jadakiss and Sheek Louch. After they left school, they decided to take rap seriously. Around 1994, when P was 20 years old, they officially launched the Lox. The Lox wound up being the starting point that P would launch his career from. Now I'm not gonna go into too much detail about the Lox because I do want to do a separate video on them, but through a friend of a friend, they got their demo tape to Diddy and successfully signed to Bad Boy.
When we signed with Bad Boy, they was like the Chicago Bulls or the Lakers in the early 80s, you know what I mean? It was a no-brainer. Like they had the whole, yeah, B.I. was there. The whole world was trying to get next to B.I. was there. he embraced us, so that was a priceless feeling, you know what I mean? Being down with Diddy, the mogul of moguls, and being with Big, the lyricist of lyricists. That's a sandwich you don't mind being, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a sandwich you don't mind being a part of.
In the late 90s, they collaborated with some of the best rappers in the game, and eventually, they went mainstream, releasing their debut album Money, Power, and Respect around 1998. A chart-topping platinum album was not enough to keep the boys at Bad Boy, and after a meeting with Puff Daddy, one in which Styles P threw a chair at him, Diddy finally acquiesced and released them from the label.
Controversial story, Styles. Do a refrigerator at Puff.
I didn't throw a chair at Puff.
How did it turn into a refrigerator?
Kiss said to throw a refrigerator. I threw a chair.
It just sounds crazy.
Yeah, I threw a chair. I sprained my ankle kind of throwing that chair too. That shit hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh, you hurt yourself trying to hurt
Yeah, I was so mad, yeah.
Holy moly guacamole.
But I'm great with Puff, man.
Yeah.
I'm great with everybody now. I'm not violent guy. So
Hey,
herbs and oil, shout out to Pharmacy for Life. I sell fruits and veggies, shout out to Juices for Life. And I'm cool. I'm cool,
Hey,
but
man.
it happened.
I can't believe where I'm at in life.
It happened.
I hated the shiny suits. I hated all that shit. And now I'm like...
The Lox then signed a new deal with Rough Riders and released another album while working on their own solo albums. Around this time, Styles P started his own family. Around 1995, on the last day of July, he married his now wife, taking in her daughter from a previous relationship, and became a stepfather.
But we don't want to be fathers to your kids. We want to be fathers to our own children.
His wife had a major impact on his life. She was raised by a Rastafarian father, and she taught P all about eating clean and the vegetarian lifestyle, which influenced him both in his business and personal life. And by 2013, Styles P was completely vegan. Their son Noah was born around 1998. Though the Lox never truly broke up, Styles began working on his debut album around 2001. Through their group contract, he also got a solo deal with Rough Riders and Interscope, and it was through them that he released the album titled A Gangster and a Gentleman. Heartbreakingly, while Styles P was recording the album, he lost his younger brother Gary in a car accident. He has referenced his brother multiple times in his music, but the song My Brother off his debut album was a tribute to his younger brother.
Life is a circle of pain, darkest clouds end up like the...
At this point, this was the hardest experience of his life, calling it a pain so deep I find it hard to cope. He's in a better place now and chilling harder than I am. Despite his heartbreak, Styles P kept recording his debut album. Its leading single Good Times was released around 2002 and peaked at number 22 on the Hot 100. When A Gangster and a Gentleman dropped, it was moderately successful, peaking at number 6 on the Billboard 200 and eventually going gold. The second single off the album, The Life, did not quite live up to expectations and did not make it to the Hot 100. In addition to dropping his album around 2002, Styles launched the imprint D Block with the other members of the Lox. He also scored his first ever jail time. It all started around November 24th when Styles P was throwing a go-away party in Club Chaos in New York City. Surrounded by the Lox, other rappers and industry types, P was having a good old time until he got into a communication dispute with an unnamed individual. The situation escalated and Styles P ended up being the man in the... About 2 days later, Styles P turned himself in to authorities and went to jail for about 8 months. Somebody got me aggravated and I did something. Now I gotta pay the consequences and repercussions. I wish it wouldn't have happened. I hope the shorties out there know you gotta pay your consequences and repercussions when shit happens. Around 2003, Styles P was a free man once again. He quickly got to work on his follow-up albums and released a handful of mixtapes over the next few years, also featuring on the Gold Certified Locked Up single with Akon, which peaked at number 8 in the Hot 100.
I'm steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do?
Unfortunately, due to his setback behind bars, Styles P did not have enough time to tour for the album or promote it. And by the time he released his follow-up album, 2006's Time Is Money, he had lost his momentum. His second album was no way equal to his first one, as it peaked at number 79 on the Billboard 200. Singles off the project include Can You Believe It and I'm Black. And let's just say these singles did not do very well.
Fresh white tee, fresh car wash, summertime hood, look like stars.
Styles P then continued to release mixtapes and tried to make up for lost time by dropping his third album just under a year later. The album was called Super Gangsta and it came out around 2007. At this point in time, Styles P's work was finally paying off. Unlike its predecessor, this album performed pretty well and also contained one of his biggest hits to date and one of my favorite Styles P joints, Blow Your Mind. Although Styles P was improving, he took a step back from mainstream music. Although he dropped a lot of mixtapes and a collaboration album, and also featured on Rick Ross's BMF, he began to look into other more passive sources of income. He wrote a novel, not a biography, a novel titled Invincible, which came out around 2010. Now remember at the beginning of the video, when we said that Styles P's wife would influence his business choices? Well, here's where it paid off. In 2011, Styles P paired up with Jadakiss to launch Juices for Life, a health bar selling juice, shakes, and smoothies. We were already partners in music, it just made sense to become partners in business. The business venture was successful, and at present, there are 6 branches in and around New York. That same year, Styles P decided to drop an album every single year. And this was in addition to his many mixtapes. Around 2011, he released one of his most commercially successful albums, one called Master of Ceremonies. It came out through D Block and E1 and peaked at number 33 on the Billboard 200.
When niggas hear this shit, they say it's harsh. Type of shit that make you won't handle a nigga harsh.
Thereafter, his career simply spiraled in a downward trajectory with brief rises and falls. In 2012, he released The World's Most Hottest MC, a project that missed the Billboard 200 entirely. 2013's Float, which came out through Nature Sounds and High Times, wasn't much better. Now around 2013, Styles P engaged in his very first Twitter beef with Joe Budden. The topic, Kendrick Lamar's verse on Control. In the song, Kendrick refers to himself as the King of New York and the King of the Coast, targeting several major players in the game.
One at a time I line them up and bomb on their mom when she watching the kids. I'm in a destruction mode if the gold exists.
This is what P had to say on the matter. Whoever he called out was supposed to have chirped back by 12 noon. To which Joe responded, he called out everybody, you included. Styles P was having no disrespect and quickly nipped Budden's response in the bud. First and foremost, I have never acknowledged any kings but Biggie, NY or not NY. Second of all, don't play with me. I fuck shit up lyrically and physically. So chill and save your internet bullshit for the next ninja. Just don't at me talking like we folk if we ain't. Now around 2014, Styles P dropped his last charting album, Phantom and the Ghost. The album peaked at number 74 on the Billboard 200 and marked the end of his one album a year period, and after this his projects failed to chart. Tragically, around 2015, Styles P's daughter took her own life. She was 20 at the time and had been struggling with depression. When it happened, Styles P was confused as he didn't know that his daughter was suffering at all. After the loss of his daughter, Styles P took a break from music. He even began to release less mixtapes. He simply pressed pause on his career and he never quite returned to it with as much gusto as before. Even the Lux album, which had been years in the making, didn't have a lot of new music. He began slowly releasing mixtapes and collaboration albums around 2017, but did not release any of his own mainstream albums until around 2018. In that year, he dropped G-Host, Dime Bag, and a collab album with Dave East called Beloved.
Beloved Styles, beloved East, beloved New York streets where we run around.
That same year, he launched a health food store with his wife called Pharmacy for Life. Now around 2019, Styles P released another 2 albums called SP The GOAT, Ghost of All Time, and Presence, followed by 2020's Styles David, Ghost Your Enthusiasm. Later that year, he went viral for publicly endorsing Trump and denouncing Black Lives Matter. To close off the year, Styles P appeared on Marriage Boot Camp with his wife.
Yeah.
It's hard to love somebody more than you love yourself.
Oh,
so
baby.
It hurt me to see him like that.
Most recently, Styles P released an album called Ghosting in 2021 and the collab effort with Havoc called Wreckage Manor. He has also been cast in the documentary series Everything Is Gonna Be All White and recently announced that he'll be stepping out of the rap game next year. Overall, Styles P is a great rapper, but one thing that held him back was his jail time. Because he was in jail, he could not promote his album, and this forced him to lose a lot of the buzz he had accumulated. Now Styles P was pretty smart. He quickly realized that there are other ways to make money other than dropping music. And thus he began a business, wrote a book, and even got onto reality TV. Now Styles P was also involved in the beef with 50 Cent, Jay-Z, and Beanie Sigel, but we'll talk more about that in the Lux video. Styles P gets about 750,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and his most listened to songs are Good Times, The Life, Hit Different, Friends, and Morning, Morning.
Let me tell you something, man. November, I'll be 47. I've had it with y'all. That's it. It's over. I missed my Illuminati draft because of y'all. I would have had nice stuff. Probably would have had nice stuff. I got blackballed early. I probably could have switched to Illuminati if they would have let me in. Everybody would have had fruits and veggies, health insurance, clean talks. We would have been all good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, in charge. I got blackballed. I miss all of the good parties. I miss all the good stuff. They scared of me everywhere I go. And I sell fruits and veggies for the past year. Do not call me the hardest out. Don't say anything. I sell fruits and veggies, and that's it, man.
That's it for me, it's your boy Ali. What happened to Styles P in your opinion? Let me know down below. Video requests, be sure to let me know down below as well. New What Happened 2 video dropping soon. Also add me on Instagram at Ali Talks Music. Till next time, peace.
Perfect.